Hello, welcome to Restored and Renewed with Tatiana. In this video, I'm going to be restoring these two nightstands that I got off of Facebook Marketplace. They were in pretty good condition, not too bad, minimal scratches. It had an odor, but I was able to get all that out with cleaning. This is my first time ever flipping. I don't even know if I said that. I probably did. But this was my first time flipping furniture. And as you can see, I definitely forgot to take off the hardware. But I am cleaning with Simple Green cleaner. And next time I use this, I'm definitely gonna dilute it and put it in another spray bottle. But it was snowing this day in Florida, so I'm bundled up. This year, the winter in Florida has been not insane, but it feels like winter when I was a kid because we haven't had winter in a long time. But now I am taking off the hardware because I was like, I definitely forgot to take these off. So I'm taking these off, and you could definitely see the discoloration from when the previous owner would clean. Obviously, they're not going to take off the hardware while they are cleaning their furniture. Now I'm going in with some clean water and just wiping down all the Simple Green that I used and any residue that I could pick up. After I got done cleaning, I seen some gaps that I wanted to fill so that I could have a seamless look when I painted everything. Now I'm going in with my orbital sander, and I'm using 120 grit sandpaper. I wanted to keep these tops bare with the natural wood, but they had two different patterns going on, and I just didn't think it was uniform enough for me, but it was so beautiful once I did take everything back. And now I'm just taking out the wood filler that I used. I had a bobby pin in my hair, and I was like, this would be perfect to get inside these little cracks and crevices. After I was done sanding, I went in with a second round of plain water wipe down just to get all the particles that I did sand. And again, here you could see the difference on the tops of these nightstands. One is tiger and one is just regular. As I stated before, this is my first flip. So this is my first time using this plastic wrap. And honestly, I think it's really good. I'll continue using this until something else pops up, or if I feel as though maybe I want to lean to the paper side. Now I'm going to start priming. I used a chip brush and foam roller to apply this primer. The primer I used was the Ben Chalat base primer. I don't know how I feel about it. I put in my paint sprayer and it was a headache cleaning it out. I probably shouldn't have done that. Maybe the other primers will be okay in the paint sprayer, but until then, I might just try the spray can that they have. I think I'll try that on my next project, but I did finish this. For the hardware, I just used Barkeeper's Friend to clean them, and they came out pretty nice. It is the next day, and I'm just scuff sanding the furniture to remove any particles. I also came across some parts that I still seen a little separation. I wanted to get a seamless filled, so I was just using some wood filler to fill up those holes. This is the color that I use, Alpine Trail. It was from Bear, and the paint was very nice. It had a nice application. I did dilute it with some bottled water, and it was coming out the sprayer pretty smoothly. Getting closer to the bottom of these nightstands was a bit of a challenge. I ended up using a paintbrush to make little touch-ups. I used the zebra paintbrushes that I got from Home Depot. I think all of my supplies were from Home Depot, all of them. And maybe like two things from Amazon, but I got everything from Home Depot. And now I'm going in with scuff sand just to remove any loose particles that was on the first set. I'm sorry, first coat. And now this is my second coat. And we're on to the next day. I was just doing a little quality assurance and making sure that nothing got missed for the second coat. And I had some visitors, my guys. And this was the day that I was doing the touch ups on the base of the nightstands. And I was just going in with my zebra brush and touching up. I also did paint where all that white space is because it just made the look more complete. And when it was sat down, you did see the difference. This was my top coat day. I used a polyurethane water-based sealant and I did tint it with the paint color so that it could dry beautifully and not be foggy looking. Also, my paint sprayer was giving me a hard time. I literally had to take it apart and use a foam roller instead, and I rolled on everything. But the next day, I did do like 3 coats of top coat. I was able to use my spray gun again. But this night, it ended up, I don't know, it ended up like not exploding, but it started overflowing from the spray nozzle and it was a mess. I'm going to call this condition day. But I did use this Howard beeswax and it has a orange scent. So the drawers were looking fresh, smelling fresh, and it just brought the drawers back to life and made the definition of the wood pop a little more. And I used the dense brush that I got off of Amazon to complete this task. And it really elevates the look. Look at those dovetails popping. Come on, are you kidding me? I finally started to see the light at the end of the tunnel this day. I put on the hardware and I literally could have tears of joy. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that color. It's looking like money. It's looking like prosperity. I think this came out so wonderfully, and I'm so pleased with how these nightstands turned out. I'm pleased with the paint. It took a minute because I had a lot going on, but it came out beautifully, and I'm proud of myself. Okay, so I finally finished my first set of nightstands, and I am so I'm so excited of how it turned out. Um, so one thing that I did not change, I just left the knobs as is. I cleaned them with Barkeeper's Friend, and it kind of corroded the handles, but I actually like the look of it. It gives it like the more, what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of gives it more character, like an older feel. So I'm gonna leave them as is, but it's so, I'm just so happy. It took a long time because I had a lot of things happening in the last coming weeks that just passed, and it's like amazing. I honestly want to keep it for myself, but I think it will definitely be a beautiful addition to somebody else's home. So we're gonna go ahead and list this on the market. I'm so excited. The next piece I'm gonna work on is this entertainment system that I started to, I scraped off the top already, but that's gonna be my next project. I have another set that I'll be working on soon, and I'll keep you all posted. Thank you for watching Restored and Renewed by Tatiana, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye bye.